Well, good morning, everyone. How you all doing? Whittler Dave here. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I know I am. The sun's out. Yay! I'm a happy old man. I want 80 and Brian wants 20. Nope, I'm done with cold weather. Whew, am I done with cold weather. Well, anywho, I've been cutting things out. Gonna do another one of my little ducks. And there's this little hat. He'll have a little, this one's going to have a hat. He ain't going to have the crazy hair duck. He's just going to be the, oh, I'm a fancy duck. Just a crazy old man. Everything. But anywho, I was asked the other day about my mythological carvings. I am a mythological carver. In other words, I like dragons and, I carve mythological characters and stuff, and especially dragons and tikis. And I was doing this up on the mountain. And I play back and forth, and a friend of mine goes, hey, I want to see more of it. So I said, okay. So there's the dragon spoon. And no, folks, there is no pattern. It's just me, my hands, and that's it. I'll hold it like this, you can see it. This will be the spoon. And there's just so much work in one of these. And I normally don't do this on my channel because I don't want to intimidate people. This is an extreme carving. There is going to be scaling all in through here, and his body gets scaling. Tons of texture after I get it shaped and carved. The tail and everything gets wrapped around the spoon. Folks, there is a ton of work. But anywho, he wanted to see me work on this. So you know me, I love to accommodate to all my customers and my family and stuff like that. And so we're going to mess around a little bit on the old dragon spoon. I'm cutting these in right here because they got to be concave. Can you see that? They got to be concave right through here. Let's see if I can get you down a little bit better. All right. They've got to be concave right through here. So we are just working on that. And the only way you can do that, is you're going to have a chisel. And you're just going to take this, work in the center. We're just going to work in the center all the way up, light cuts, and everything like that. Now she's picking up, so that means I'm going to have to turn it around. I don't know, I've always enjoyed mythological carving. I have since I've been knee-high to a grasshopper. And this is something I did when I was a kid. And I've got several dragons I've drawed. I do not make patterns off of them at all. They're signature pieces. In other words, normally I don't redo them, and if I do, they're going to be different. Because these are signature pieces. Pieces that, they're one-off, like my tikis. They're just one-off. I see this in my head, folks. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I see visions. I was the kid that could lay down on the ground, and when I looked at the sky, I seen animals and faces, and just most people see clouds. I'm the opposite. I am the opposite. It's kind of hard to hold this to show you folks. But we are just taking this out because these are ribs right here. These are his ribs of his wing. It's just a ton, and I mean a ton of work involved on one of these. But yeah, I was asked, and so, I thought, yeah, I'll show the dragon spoon. Yeah, think about going out to my tree after a while. The old dogwood tree, and sit around and carve. It's going to be in the 60s. Why not? Why not? Oh yeah. Nice deep vein right there. That's what you want. This carving is one that will change and change and change and change and change over and over. it's not going to be a short carving. No, I will have several months into this. I started this up on the mountain. I actually drawed this on a piece of paper, roughed in, about 2 years ago. I was just doodling. And doodle went from doodling to this. Right here. This is my brain on steroids. constantly thinking about stuff. And I have a huge tiki mask I'm getting ready to do, and I'm wanting to film that for you guys. See how I'm raising that rib right there? Right there. Raising that rib. Because see, it goes swoop, it's got a rib, and it swoops again. So ribs, rib here. Just a ton of work, folks. Like I said, I normally don't do this style on my channel. I like to do simple things just to get people involved in carving and always believe in yourself and let you know there's no right, no wrong. And, you know, I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger. I didn't fall out of the box doing these like I do now. It took years to craft my talent and hone myself to carve the way I do. You know, you got to crawl and you got to fall and you got to make mistakes. But the biggest thing about an artist, if you're willing to admit, hey, I made a mistake, but I know now what I did wrong, so I'm going to fix that and I'm not going to make that mistake again. That's all you got to do. Admit to it, own up to it, and when you do it next time, don't make that mistake again. Don't get mad at your carvings. They didn't do nothing to you. You are the artist. I need a smaller veiner right there, actually. Let's see here. I can do it with a knife. I can. I grew up with no chisels. So, I am a knife carver. I can do this all right in here. Just like that. I do have a smaller chisel, but I have to get up and get it. I want to. So we'll just do it with a knife. A knife. Do some whoopsie-doos and little zizzaddys and all that. I was talking to Brian yesterday about this giveaway I'm wanting to do. And I said, you know, with the weather, it messed us all up. You know, things happened here at the house. My furnace went out, middle of winter. My dryer burned up, middle of winter. So, you know, just yada, 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 yada. You know, not your fault. But I don't forget. So we are still going to do it. I told him we need to get the rules and regulations wrote down and all the doodaddies and stuff like that. And then that way I can either he's going to read them or my wife will read them. And you'll understand what I'm going to do and what I'm going to give out and, you know, this and that. So I have not forgot. I've already been asked that several times. And no, I have not forgotten. When I say I'm going to do something for somebody, I do it. Let's do a little love here so you can see it. There's a lot of skilling goes into these. But you can see right there already. See how the wing is? All that. Nice. Nice. I mean, it's not right. Don't get me. You know, it's nice, but not right yet. I'm just roughing things in. You want to start making the dress and get it roughed in. There's all kinds of, you know, all this gets tapered. All this does. And tapered, what I mean by that is I'm going to reach in here with a knife and I'm going to cut this away. And we're going to have to do this back cut right here. Because we want his head to look like it's floating off the wing a little bit. And his body. Sorry, folks, I have to hold it like this. There's no other way to do this. I love dragons. I've sewed all my dragons' sides a one is on a flat board, a shallow relief dragon. I have no, this is the first dragon I've done in several years. The last one I sold was a Celtic, cross and two dragons holding the cross. So, and the thing is, they're quite expensive, and because they take so much time, they just don't. And I add all my texture that I do all by hand. Hang on, folks. Coffee time. A lot of people will use Dremels and stuff, and nope. Everything I do is by hand, so all the texturing will be done by hand. Yeah, I realize I didn't grow up with all that fancy stuff. I'm an artist, but I am a non-modern artist. I didn't grow up with computers and doodaddies and things, and, Google, and you can Google a pattern and get anything you want now. Well, I just don't do that. I just don't. I draw my patterns, and basically I'll do a rough drawing, and then I will come in and carve it, and then I draw with a knife, because it's talking to me, literally. I love these flex cuts. For a cheap little tool, I mean, don't abuse them, but places like this, and I'm having to, cut this wing back around the head. I used to have to make tools to get into tight little areas like this, and man, it's the best. I told you, it's the best $50 I've ever spent. Now, I have been on the interweb trying to contact the guy that makes these knives. I've not had any luck right now, so now we've got his address and everything, and I'm going to have Brian to write me a letter out, and we are sending him a letter, because I told him that at the end of February I wanted us to meet and get together, and because he lived about an hour from me, but he was moving last time I talked to him, so that's the reason he had stopped making knives. And I told him I had a lot of people interested in his knives, and people are still asking me, and folks, I'm trying. But I have now met another person that makes phenomenal knives. I haven't bought one, but he is a wood carver, and he makes beautiful knives. So I'm going to buy one of his knives and check him out and everything for you guys. And if it meets to my standards, well, then I will let you guys know how to get a hold of him. But the other guy right now, I have not been able to contact him. We tried this morning, me and Brian, but the email I got is coming up to a different person. See, I just took this out right here. That's all I did. Right in through here. All that had to go that way. It has to go at an angle, because this whole wing here all gets angled. His body, not wing, but his body. His body and his wing, and it all goes and coincides. I can't wait once it warms up to get the camera fired up and do the big leaf that I'm going to carve with the adze and the hatchet. It's just something I enjoy so much. I call it listening to a drum. It's like a drum to me as you drive the hatchet and the adze down. It's just a beautiful sound. I think it is. Where'd she go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? And I may jump back on this later. You know, I got to finish up the gnomes tomorrow at Burger King. I always go to Burger King in Pigeon Forge. So I just got to do some cleanup. And, you know, it's just I bring so much, you know, because I don't know who's going to show up. Or I got a whole bunch of little tiny baby mice that I have, you know, got carved, not carved, I got them cut out just in case I have the kids come up, and they do. So like I always give all the time. I'm a very giving artist. You know, I've always gave more than I'll ever receive. That's just how I am. La-da-da. And remember, folks, new carvers, wrap your hands, use a glove. Don't be me. It's like my hands and my fingers are like playing a guitar. They're rough. I've got calluses all over them. They're extremely rough. My hands are very rough, so I am used to doing this. I'm used to cutting towards myself. You're going to be an artist, well, you're going to cut towards yourself. Trust me, you will. You just got to learn to control the knife. That's the biggest thing. Learn to control that knife. Understand the blade. Where's it, you know, where's your hands are placed. All that. You have to become one with the knife. And the wood. See how I'm rotating that? I'm just following the grain, letting it talk to me, telling me a story. It's there. Yes. Okay. And see, always have you a pencil, just, you know, because you, let's see, it's strong. This has got to be very strong right here. Right there. That's part of his body. Right there. She's a little oop-de-doo there. And right there, you know. And I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do the face of it yet. I just got to get the body where you want it. That's all got to go. And I ain't worried about the spoon. Spoon carving's so easy. And we got to take all this out right through here. Where'd you go? Can't wait to do my ducks. I love doing the ducks. You know, and like I said, you know, this one ain't gonna be a, excuse me, folks. This one ain't gonna be the crazy hair duck like this one. You know, there's the crazy hair duck. You know, this one's just gonna have a hat, and he's, you know, like I said, I just draw. He's, you know, just draw. He's fatter, so because the wood was fatter, it was bigger. I glued this sugar pine together. Oh, hey, you got eyeballs, I don't. Wow, look at that hair. Oh my Lord, I've got a hat. All my hair's underneath my hat. I'm sorry, folks. I'm a crazy old carver. I enjoy carving. I always have and always will. It's just part of me. Now, see, as soon as I set that chisel, I feel resistance. So, don't force it. It's not going to cut that way. Learn to understand your wood. it will tell you how it wants to be carved. I'm just using the chisel just like an old knife. That thumb there is extremely, extremely important, as you can tell. See how now that rib, that wing right there, there's the other rib. Here's one, here's one. And keep looking. It will tell you. Yeah, you can see how it's starting to dish out and everything. I see a lot with my hands. Tells me a story. La, da, da. Not that one. Where'd you go? Oh, you know what? You see these chisels? I've had these since I was 12 years old. These are Swiss. I worked a lot of farms, mowed a lot of grass. I worked in feed mills. I worked in a lumber yard cleaning and cutting wooden stakes for jobs. And I ordered these when I was 12 years old. And I'm 61 years old, so you can do the math to know how old they are. And I still use them to this day. My first chisels I ever bought at 12 years old. I wouldn't take $1 million for these. No, I've had them for a long time. They're family. They are family. She's flat right there. So what that tells me, so she's flat right there. Right there. So that means she needs to come right around like this. Lose some of that top right through here to make this round. So you just come in here. Keep looking. Well, you want to start with a massive piece of wood and just chisel it away, carve it away, sand it away. Just to understand it. But yeah, I've had those. I remember, I don't know where I seen them at. And I had to order them because they come from, they are Switzerland. And I was 12. The very first. I was so proud to get them in. They came in a little styrofoam box. I can still remember that. But I've got them in tool rows now. And they are very sharp. Very good tool. I cannot remember how much I gave for them back then. I mean, like I said, do the math. Look how old they are. I have several Swedish knives and tools. Oh yeah, much better. It's following that pattern, just 10 times better. Making that arc. See, it was flat right there, just a tad left. Let's take that off right there. Oh yeah, it's more upright now. And this is bass wood. What I'm using here, it is a piece of bass. I had this. It's talking to me, folks. Telling me a story. Now this will get all up in here, but I'm gonna have to use a smaller. I want to get these tight up in here. I'll use a smaller little. I've got micro chisels. I've got all kinds of different tools, things that I have made, and all that. It's just the old dragon spoon, you know. I love it. And of course, all the tail will get eventually rounded over. I'll lose all this hard edge, you know, because basically right here's your, you know, that's good enough for a center. Because there shouldn't be no perfect on this, you know. Spoon, center, if you need center marks to kind of tell you where you need to be. I don't know if I'm free floating this because it is, you know, this is a weak point here. If I leave most of this tail hooked to the spoon, it gives it something strong to hold against. So I don't know if I'm going to free float that. I'm probably going to leave it most time. It's the wing. Just got to lose some more weight. Just cutting the wrong way. Wing tips right around to the body. I've just had a thought. Okay. Yes. Make it. Because, you know, that's the body there. So the wing should like have a shoulder point. So I'll have to think about that. That's why I said this is a carving that, you know, you've got to think. And there's no blueprints. You have to listen to it and let it talk to you, and you know all that. It's all got to get lost in through here. This all gets gone. But I understand it. This is my main style. Everybody has a style they like to do. There's like Gene Metzger. He is a fabulous caricature carver. I mean, fabulous. He is just, in my eyes, one of the best. And that's what he enjoys. And everybody's got something they enjoy in life of doing. You know, there's people that just carve nothing but gnomes. Just gnomes and flowers and little birds and stuff, and that's what they're known for, and that's fine. Everybody has something they're known for. Well, this is where I'm the most happiest, because I enjoy doing these. I do. They're challenging. Okay, the wing is getting here. It all has to be thinned out in through here. Way too thick. Way too thick. But like I said, I was asked about this, and I normally don't do this on my channel at all. I don't really get into the extreme stuff like this. I want people to do something more simpler to get you invited into the carving world. To find out, hey, this is a fun thing to do. Look what I made. And a guy named Whittler Dave is proud of me because I'm trying and I'm learning, and he believes in me, and I do. When I tell you I believe in you, I believe in you. That's why I always give my email, daveposton@gmail.com. I give that constantly. Send me pictures, please, please. Pictures, comments on my site, subscribe, set your children down so they can watch an old man do what he loves to do. It's just wood carve or build furniture or what have you. Anything. Well, anyway, I just wanted to jump on here. A guy was asking me all about this and about this. He had seen me and had seen the spoon. So anywho, I thought, okay, let's show a little love. Hang on, folks. I gotta show my own self-love. Let me show you excuse me, just a weird little duck or bird made out of that old cedar. See? It's very, ain't that cedar beautiful? Yes. Just something in my head I drawed. Folk art. Love folk art. But anywho, just believe in yourself, folks. That's all you got to. I have since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I have. But there's the dragon spoon. Y'all have a blessed one. And Whittler Dave appreciates and loves everyone for subscribing to my channel and sending me wonderful likes and sharing me your photographs on my email. I appreciate that. Y'all have a blessed day. And Whittler Dave will just talk to you later. And thank you.